projects. Right now, a lot of my work's been focused on what's happening in Gaza because it's just so horrific and it's all being funded and supported by the U.S. But it's from a specifically, kind of American point of view where we focus on the wars and interventions of our government overseas, basically.
One thing that I recalled from one of our previous conversations was what got you really involved in in like analyzing foreign policy. And if I vaguely remember, you said something to the effect that like the Saudi Arabian bombing of a school bus in Yemen during the Saudi intervention in Yemen was like a turning point for you. Why was that moment so pivotal for you?
Yeah, at the time, so this was back in 2018, and I remember after the 2016 election, um, I was started to follow politics around then, and I remember Trump came in 2017, and this horrific war was happening in Yemen, and like you saw all kind of the criticism of him from his political opponents just had nothing to do with foreign policy and all the bombing campaigns he was involved in at the time. I mean, because the Democrats and Obama, of course, were doing it too. So it's a very bipartisan thing. But I remember just following the war in Yemen, this was the U.S.-backed Saudi war, which involved the blockade, a starvation campaign, and bombing of civilian infrastructure. So it was around that time I started really following it. And I mean, it got no media coverage at the time, like in the mainstream, like at all. So I remember when they bombed that school bus, that did make the news cycle at least, but it faded out pretty quickly. And so I remember it was that moment, like I had this frustration and I needed to channel it somewhere, and it turned into writing and submitting articles to antiwar.com.